Welcome back to another episode of Sleepy Voyages. The evening stars shimmer, casting a gentle glow that mirrors the timeless tales of our ancestors. Tonight, we embark on a journey, one that winds its way through the fabric of ancient Greece. There's a certain allure to Greek mythology, a captivating blend of human emotion and divine intervention. Each myth, each legend carries with it not just tales of gods and mortals, but also lessons that resonate even today. In the vast tapestry of these tales, one name stands out, echoing through the corridors of time: Achilles, a name synonymous with valor, love, wrath, and tragedy. But behind the valor and the legend, there lies a story that offers more than just heroics and battles. It's a narrative about choices, sacrifices, and the profound price of eternal glory. Together, we'll unfurl the saga of this warrior, born of a goddess and a mortal, and the destiny he both embodied. Let the cadence of this story transport you, embracing your senses, and guide you to a realm of dreams and introspection. Before we tuck you in tonight, voyagers of the night sky, we have a small but crucial request. As your eyelids grow heavy and the soothing tones of Sleepy Voyages guide you to the realm of dreams, remember the peace, serenity, and comfort that we bring to you every night, just as a lighthouse guides lost ships. In the darkness, your reviews help other restless dreamers find their way to us. By leaving a review and sharing your thoughts on your experience, you are reaching out to other insomniacs lost in the night, guiding them towards restful sleep. Take a moment before you drift away to click on the Leave a Review button on your podcast app. Help us extend our galaxy of tranquility to all those who seek the solace of sound sleep. And once you've done that, feel free to slip back under the covers of our sleep stories, ready to be whisked away on another sleepy voyage. Remember, your stars light the way for others. Every review, every rating helps us create a bigger, more beautiful universe of peace and rest. Rest your head, close your eyes, and let's begin our voyage through the annals of Greek mythology with the tale of Achilles. In the intricate tapestry of human legends, few threads shimmer as brightly as those from ancient Greece. Tonight, our journey will carry us to a time when gods whispered to mortals, and heroes were born from prophecies. At the heart of this tale lies Achilles, a name echoing through millennia, immortalized not just by his superhuman feats, but by the very human vulnerabilities he bore. It's not merely a story of heroism and war, but a deeper reflection on the nature of mortality itself. Envision a world where towering mountains reach out to kiss the heavens, where vast seas hide secrets in their depths, and where destinies are crafted by the whip. Here, in this realm, where myths intertwine with realities, we'll uncover the narrative of Achilles, exploring not just the glory of his name, but the shadows that trailed behind his fame. It's a voyage into a realm where legends were forged in the fires of passions, mistakes, and redemption, and where the boundaries between mortality and immortality blur, raising profound questions about the true cost. Close your eyes and imagine, for a moment, the cradle of Western civilization, ancient Greece. Envision vast cerulean seas stretched out, caressed by the gentle embrace of golden sands. These waters are dotted with countless islands, each with its own tales of gods, monsters, and heroes. Visualize towering mountains, their peaks kissing the azure skies and acting as pillars that uphold the heavens. These mountains were said to be the dwellings of deities, places where mortals and gods occasionally met. In the midst of these landscapes stands a majestic city with white marbled temples and grand statues that glisten under the sun. Philosophers discussing the essence of being, poets narrating tales of heroism, and artisans crafting masterpieces that would stand the test of time. In the distance, you might see the shimmering fields of olive trees, their leaves rustling with the whispers of myths passed down through generation. Among these myths, the name of a young warrior, Achilles, is spoken with a blend of reverence and sorrow. In the streets, children play games, emulating his valor, while the elderly share tales of his prowess in hushed tones, preserving the legend, keeping it alive. This is a Greece where myths were not mere stories, but the very fabric of existence. Here, the boundary between the mortal and the divine was often blurred, and the feats of heroes served as both inspiration and cautionary tales. This Greece, with its tangible vibrancy, sets the stage for our tale tonight, where Achilles, the mightiest among heroes, walked, loved, and faced his destiny in the shimmering world of ancient Greece, where gods mingled with mortals and heroes were born. There comes our tale of Achilles. Thetis, a sea nymph of unmatched beauty and grace, caught the eye of many gods and mortals alike. Yet it was Peleus, a mortal king, who ultimately won her heart. Their union was a rare one, bridging the divide between the ethereal and the earthly, and was celebrated with grandeur. But the joy of their union soon mingled with shadows of foreboding. A prophecy was whispered among the gods that the son of Thetis and Peleus would become a warrior of immense prowess, one whose name would echo through the ages. However, this same prophecy bore a warning. This hero's life would be brilliant but brief. A shooting star in the vast expanse of time. When Thetis bore a son, they named him Achilles, with the prophecy weighing on her heart. Thetis was determined to protect her child from the cruel hands of fate. In her quest to shield him, she resorted to a powerful ritual from ancient lore, the River Styx, which separated the world of the living from the dead, was said to have powers that could confer invincibility, cradling young Achilles. Thetis gently dipped him into the mystic waters of the Styx. Every inch of him was kissed by the river's chilling embrace, save for one. The heel by which Thetis held him remained untouched and vulnerable. With this act, Thetis hoped to render her son immortal, to defy the prophecy's grim. However, as with many acts driven by love and desperation, there were consequences she hadn't foreseen. The stage was set, and the threads of Achilles' fate began to weave a tale of valor, love, and tragedy. In the picturesque region of Thea, nestled within the embrace of rolling hills and serene landscapes, young Achilles began to carve out the essence of his legend. Thea was known for its beauty, its natural splendors, reminiscent of a paradise untouched. In this idyllic setting, young Achilles, whose name would one day echo throughout history, took his early steps toward greatness. Every dawn brought with it new lessons and experiences for Achilles. Among the diverse experiences of his youth, none was perhaps as significant as his tutelage under the wise centaur, Chiron. Chiron wasn't like other centaurs, renowned for his vast knowledge and wisdom. Chiron was both a healer and a teacher, recognized across many realms, under the shade of tall trees and beside tranquil streams. Chiron imparted knowledge that was both profound and practical. Achilles learned the ways of combat, each move, every tactic, but Chiron's teachings weren't confined to warfare alone. The centaur instilled in Achilles a love for music and the healing arts, creating a harmony between might and mind. A melody from Achilles' lyre could be as captivating as his prowess with a spear, yet as enlightening as his days with Chiron were. It was his bond with another that truly shaped the core of Achilles' soul. Enter Patroclus, not just a fellow warrior, but a confidant, a brother in all but blood. Their bond was of kindred spirits, two souls intertwined by fate and friendship. Together, they faced the challenges of youth, growing stronger and forging a connection that even the cruel hands of time and destiny would find hard to break. In the heart of fire, beneath its vast skies and amidst its bounteous nature, the epic of Achilles began. With rigorous training and heartfelt camaraderie, laying the foundation for a tale that would forever be etched in the annals of time. The Trojan War, a conflict that would resonate through history and shape many of the tales we know today, began with matters of the heart. Paris, the Prince of Troy, was smitten by the beauty of Helen, Queen of Sparta, and took her back to his city, much to the ire of her husband, King Menelaus. This act was not just a simple elopement, it was a trigger for a war of monumental scale, one that would involve various kingdoms and would last for a decade. It wasn't just honor and reclaiming Helen that were at stake. Politics, power plays, and alliances were intricately woven into this tapestry of conflict. Achilles, known far and wide for his prowess in battle, was sought after by the Greeks to join their ranks in the war against Troy. The hero was initially reluctant. He was aware of a prophecy that stated he would achieve unmatched glory in the Trojan War, but it would also be the place of his untimely demise. But destiny has a pull that's hard to resist. Despite the warnings and knowing the costs, Achilles was swayed to join the Greek forces, drawn by the allure of immortalizing his name in the annals of history. Once on the battlefield, his presence was unmatched. His strength, skill, and fury made him an unparalleled force, striking fear into the hearts of the Trojans. However, as the war raged on, it wasn't just the strength of arms that would decide the victor. Strategy, cunning, and sometimes even deceit played their parts, culminating in a tale that would be told for millennia to come. In the heat of the Trojan War, tensions were not only against the walls of Troy, but also within the Greek camp itself. Agamemnon, the leader of the Greek forces, found himself in a precarious situation when he was compelled to return a captured maiden named Chryses to her father, a priest of Apollo. In his disgruntlement, he decided to compensate for his loss by taking Achilles' prize, Brises. This act was not just a simple exchange of war prizes. It deeply wounded Achilles' pride, as Brises was a symbol of his valor and achievements on the battlefield. An argument ensued between the two prominent figures. Words were exchanged and egos were bruised. Agamemnon, with his kingly status, felt it was within his right to take what he pleased, while Achilles viewed the act as an insult to his honor and contributions to the war effort. This quarrel was more than just about Brises. It brought to the surface underlying tensions and power dynamics within the Greek forces. It highlighted the delicate balance between honor, reward, and the respect due to each warrior, irrespective of their rank or status. Feeling deeply slighted, Achilles made a drastic decision. He chose to withdraw from battles altogether, refusing to lend his unparalleled skills as a warrior to the Greek side. His absence immediately had a palpable impact. Without their mightiest warrior, the Greeks began to face setbacks on the battlefield. But this decision of Achilles wasn't taken lightly. It came from a place of deep introspection and a sense of personal justice. For Achilles, respect and honor were non-negotiable, even if it meant jeopardizing the outcome of a war he had initially been so enthusiastic about. As the days progressed, the consequences of this rift would unfold in unexpected ways, reshaping the course of the Trojan War. In the heat of the Trojan War, tensions were not only against the walls of Troy, but also within the Greek camp itself. In the midst of the Trojan War, as the battles raged and heroes stood tall, there came a moment that would forever change the course of this historic confrontation. Patroclus, more than just Achilles' companion, was a beacon of hope and a formidable warrior in his own right. Yet, on this fateful day, driven by a desire to inspire and rally the demoralized Greeks, he made a decision that would seal his destiny. Understanding the power and reputation Achilles' armor held, Patroclus chose to don it. It wasn't merely a set of protective gear. It was a symbol, one that could potentially turn the tide of war. By wearing Achilles' armor, he hoped to reignite the spirit of the Greek army, making them believe that their greatest champion had returned to the battlefield. The sight of what seemed to be Achilles, his silhouette familiar in the glinting armor, sent waves of renewed vigor through the Greek ranks. And for a while, the plan worked. The Trojans were taken aback, and the Greeks pushed forward with newfound energy. But Hector, Troy's valiant prince and a warrior of unmatched skill, saw through the ruse. Even in the thick of battle, amidst clashing swords and cries of war, the subtle differences in fighting style did not escape his keen eyes. Recognizing that it wasn't Achilles but Patroclus inside that armor, Hector saw an opportunity. The two clashed, their fates intertwining in a dance as old as time itself. Each strike, each parry was not just about victory, but about honor, legacy, and the stories that would be told for generations. However, the outcome was heart-wrenching. Patroclus' fall was not just the loss of a dear friend to Achilles. It marked the turning point of the Trojan War and set into motion a series of events that would echo through the annals of history. Such is the nature of fate. Sometimes, in our quest to inspire and make a difference, we unknowingly set ourselves on a path from which there is no return. Yet, in doing so, we leave behind tales of courage, love, and sacrifice that remain undying long after the sands of time. The death of Patroclus was not just the loss of a dear friend. It was a blow to the core of Achilles' soul. In the face of such pain, the hero's desire for vengeance became an unstoppable force. Achilles' mourning was profound, a sorrow so deep that it echoed across the battlefields and Greek camps. From this grief came a determination to ensure Patroclus did not die in vain. Hephaestus, the god of forge, was moved by Achilles' resolve and crafted a magnificent set of armor for him. It was unlike anything ever seen, radiant and imbued with divine power, making Achilles look even more formidable. Clad in this new armor, Achilles returned to the battlefield, his presence alone shifting the tide of the war. His intent was clear. Hector had to pay for Patroclus' death. When the two met, their duel was legendary. Achilles, driven by rage and heartbreak, faced Hector, Troy's greatest warrior, in a clash that would be sung about for generations. Their blades danced, their movements synchronized in a deadly ballet. Yet Hector, despite his valiance and skills, was no match for the wrath, fueled might of Achilles. In the end, Hector fell, paying the ultimate price for his actions against Patroclus. However, Achilles, in his anger, showed no honor. He tied Hector's body to his chariot and dragged it around the city walls of Troy, a grim spectacle for both armies to witness. This act, though meant to disgrace Hector, also highlighted the depths of Achilles' despair and the dangers of unchecked emotions. Through these actions, Achilles' return was marked not only by a triumphant victory, but also by the raw expression of his grief, forever linking the hero's strength to the depths of his humanity. The fall of Achilles comes shrouded in both tragedy and inevitability, mirroring the intricate dance of fate and free will that underscores so much of Greek mythology. Paris, the Trojan prince who had ignited the Great War with the abduction of Helen, was not known for his prowess in direct combat, yet he would play a pivotal role in the undoing of the great Greek warrior. Hidden among the tall walls of Troy, Paris, with the aid of the sun god Apollo, conspired to end the seemingly invincible hero's life. Apollo, who had grievances with Achilles due to the warrior's actions during the war, provided guidance to the prince. The god's guidance was not merely symbolic, it was direct and deadly. Arrows were readied, and Paris, with a determination fueled by the devastation the war had brought upon his homeland, took aim. The arrow, directed by Apollo's divine precision, found its mark in the only vulnerable spot on Achilles' body. This was the very spot his mother, Thetis, had held him by when she dipped him into the River Styx, aiming to make him invulnerable. The irony was stark. The mightiest of Greek warriors, a symbol of strength and valor, met his end not in a grand duel or amidst the chaos of a raging battlefield, but from an arrow to his heel, shot from the shadows. His fall was not just the fall of a great warrior, but a poignant reminder of the fragility and unpredictability of life. Even the seemingly invincible have their vulnerabilities, their moments of weakness, and Achilles' heel would forever become a symbol of that singular vulnerability hidden within us all. The battlefield of Troy fell silent. The world lost a great warrior that day, but gained a timeless tale of mortality, vulnerability, and the inexorable nature of fate. Achilles, from his earliest years, was not a man simply destined for greatness. He fervently sought it out. Every legend we've come to cherish about this hero, every tale whispered across fires in ancient Greek homes, speaks of his relentless drive to be eternally remembered. His thirst for glory was evident, not just in his valor, when given a fateful choice to live a long, quiet life without renown or a short life filled with glory. Achilles chose the latter without hesitation. This wasn't a mere rash decision of youth. It was a profound understanding of the weight and allure of legacy. He yearned to be sung about, to be immortalized in stories, for his name to reverberate through generations. However, the pursuit of such a legacy came with its own intricacies. Every sword strike, every battle cry was not just for victory in the present, but for a name in posterity. Yet, what Achilles' tale gently reminds us is of the delicate balance between seeking that immortal name and the very real cost attached to it. While he achieved his desire, becoming a symbol of unparalleled bravery, the shadow of his choices loomed large. The price, his very mortality. In the grand tapestry of time, his thread, though glimmering with unmatched luster, the fascinating duality in Achilles' story is the juxtaposition of the impermanent nature of human life against the timeless realm of legends. One has to wonder, does true immortality lie in the enduring tales sung about us, or in the depth and quality of the life we lead in seeking a name that lasts forever? What do we potentially lose in the present? These are questions that, while they emerge from a tale millennia old, remain strikingly pertinent even today. For in every choice, every dream, the echo of Achilles' legacy resounds, reminding us of the balance between now and forever. The tale of Achilles offers many lessons, but perhaps one of the most profound centers around the idea of vulnerability. Every person, regardless of their strengths or achievements, has a point of vulnerability, an Achilles' heel, if you will. Despite his godlike prowess on the battlefield, his unmatched skills, and his semi-divine heritage, Achilles was not without his own vulnerabilities. His heel became symbolic of that small but significant point of weakness. Just as Achilles had his heel, we all have vulnerabilities in our lives, areas of sensitivity or points of susceptibility. It's these vulnerabilities that remind us of our humanity, that we are a blend of strengths and weaknesses. Being vulnerable isn't a sign of weakness. Rather, it's a reminder that we are human, capable of feeling deeply and are intricately interconnected. It teaches us humility and emphasizes the importance of understanding, compassion, and self-awareness. By recognizing our vulnerabilities, we can approach situations with caution, build on our strengths, and seek support where we need it. Just as Achilles couldn't evade his fate due to his vulnerability, we too face challenges that stem from ours. However, it's how we handle these challenges, learn from them. In life, it's not about avoiding vulnerabilities, but recognizing and embracing them, for they make our journey uniquely ours. Remember, it's our vulnerabilities, our individual Achilles' heels that make us authentic, relatable, and profoundly human. The legend of Achilles is not just a tale of battles and glory. It is, at its core, a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of life. Achilles, with all his might and valor, was still bound by the confines of time. His choices, shaped by prophecies and desires for eternal fame, led him to a life that burned bright but brief. The world around us is in a constant state of flux. Flowers bloom in spring, only to wither. Mountains, though seemingly eternal, are eroded over millennia by the relentless touch of time. Similarly, every heartbeat, every breath is a testament to life's temporary nature. This temporality, however, is not a cause for despair. It is, in fact, the essence of life's beauty. Imagine if flowers never wilted. Would we still rush to gardens to admire their bloom? Achilles' tale urges us to see the beauty in transience. The moments that pass will never come again. Each one is unique, irreplaceable, and infinitely valuable. From the laughter shared with loved ones to the simple pleasure of a cool breeze on a hot day, life's worth is found in its moments. And so, the legend of Achilles serves as a mirror, a reflection that asks us to see our lives not as a race against time, for in this dance we find meaning, purpose, and the true value of every passing second. The power of breath, it's an anchor that ties us to the present, grounding us in the here and now. Take a moment to find comfort in your space. Begin by noticing your breath without trying to change it. Feel the air enter through your nostrils, filling your lungs, expanding your chest and abdomen. Now, intentionally take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Then gently release it, feeling the sensation as the air, as for your body. Experience the tranquility that comes from this simple act. Notice the rhythm your breath creates, the steady ebb and flow. Each inhalation brings renewal, drawing in peace and calmness. Each exhalation is a release, letting go of tension and any remnants of the day's stress. Continue this deep, purposeful breathing, and with each cycle, imagine yourself being wrapped in a blanket of serenity. The story of Achilles teaches us many things, and now, with each breath, we internalize those lessons, making them part of our very being. This is your moment of stillness, a haven in the midst of life's tempests. Let the gentle rhythm of your breath carry you closer to the realm of dreams, where legends come alive and wisdom becomes a part of our essence. Allow your mind's eye to travel back to ancient times. Imagine standing at the edge of the shores of Troy, the legendary city of the ancient world. The sky above is painted in shades of fiery oranges and deep purples, and the world seems to slow down as the sun begins its descent below the horizon. Your feet sink slightly into the soft golden sand, warmed by a day under the Grecian sun. Each grain seems to hold countless stories of heroes, gods, and timeless adventures. The waves from the Aegean Sea gently crash against the shore. With every ebb and flow, they whisper tales of valiant warriors and epic battles, of love that defies fate and honor that stands unwavering in the face of adversity. In the distance, the great walls of Troy rise, having stood the test of time and war. They shimmer in the fading sunlight, echoing the history and mystery that lie within their confines. Feel the gentle breeze that carries the scent of olive trees and the distant fragrances of a civilization long past. It's as if the very wind carries with it the spirits of Achilles, Hector, and all the legendary figures who once roamed. As you stand there, let the serenity of this moment envelop you, a moment where the world of myth and reality blends, where the past reaches out and softly intertwines with the present. This is the land of Achilles, where every sunset holds a tale, where every shadow speaks of valor and sacrifice, and where every breath you take is steeped in the stories of immortality. Let this visualization anchor you in peace, in reverence, and in wonder. Picture the vast expanse of the Greek landscape, where tales of bravery and tragedy played out under the watchful eyes of gods and mortals alike. It's in this world that Achilles sought glory, not knowing that the very fame he desired would come at a price. His story is a reminder that every moment in life is fleeting. Every choice has a consequence, and every legacy carries a weight. Let his tale be a gentle lullaby, a quiet reflection on the essence of existence and the journey of self-discovery. May the legend of Achilles and the mysteries of ancient Greece guide you into a peaceful slumber, where dreams await and another adventure beckons with the dawn. Drift into sleep with the knowledge that every day is an opportunity to craft your own legacy, to face your vulnerabilities, and to cherish every fleeting moment. Rest now and find solace in the embrace of the night. Good night.